Okay, everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna we've already finished this part of the activity where we did your questions and using the what, who, where, when, and how questions. Let's talk about the opinion writing. All right, so that is our activity for writing today, boys and girls. We're going to talk about opinion writing. You're probably wondering what that is. Well, Miss Mellon is going to break it down for you guys. All right. So, in our story, Dear Mr. Blueberry, Emily sent letters to Mr. Blueberry. What did Emily tell in her letters? Well, she used the letters to tell Mr. Blueberry about her well. You guys remember the big blue well that Emily was talking about? Well, that's what she used her letters to write about. Now, the messages that she wrote, they were very short letters. And you write messages to tell people a little bit of information about something. You can also tell how you feel or how you think about something. And you can also tell about your opinion, and how you feel about something is your opinion. All right, so let me quickly underline the word opinion. So we'll be talking about opinion writing. So let's keep going. All right, here we are. So on our projectile here, we're going to discuss each part of this message, okay? So here's a part of the message, here's a part of the message, and even here's a part of the message right here. Okay, so we're going to discuss each part of this message. The first part of the message tells who the message is for, right here. Okay, so this is the first part. So we'll just label that one. And again, it tells who the message is for. This message is for mom. The next part of the message tells what the message is about. This part right here. So let me just kind of circle it. All right. Okay, I'll just call that number 2. So this part of the message tells what the message is about. It gives an opinion. And then let's look at the last part. Okay, so the last part of the message, it's a little messy, sorry y'all. All right, so the last part of the message is the name of the person who wrote. Sonia. Sonia wrote a letter to mom. So she is the author of this message. So let's go ahead and read aloud the message, right? We've read a great book about a girl and a whale today. Sonia. Very good, guys. Can you tell me what the well, actually, can you tell me who the message is for? Right. If you said mom and you said it correctly, because remember, this word is mom. It's the first name on the message and it is who the message is for. Now, can you guys tell me what the message is about? Well, if you said or you're thinking that the message is about a girl and a whale, that's correct. Absolutely. And then that is also, remember, the opinion. Let me just point one more time to the part of the message we're talking about. So this is the part of the message we're really talking about. This is the opinion of the person who wrote the letter. And do you guys remember who wrote the letter? Yes, if you said Sonia, that is correct. Sonia wrote the letter to mom. So she wrote a short opinion message to her mom. Let's do the next part of the letter. Well, there's a second letter here. So this is the first letter, and here's the second letter. Let's read it. Brad, I like the way you cleaned your room. Even under your bed, it was clean. Good job, Dad. Who do you guys think wrote this message? Yes, if you said Dad, that's correct. Dad wrote this message, but who did he write the message for? Yes, Brad. Dad wrote the message for Brad. That actually rhymes. Oh, and you know what, guys? I also see a word family. Add. Very good. Okay. All right, everybody. So let's take a quick look at the actual cover of Dear Mr. Blueberry. Here it is right there. Okay. There it is. Okay. So now that we see it, so as you look at this picture right here, everybody, which is like the cover of the story, Dear Mr. Blueberry, I want to remind you that Mr. Blueberry and Emily, they sent letters back and forth to each other. The letters give information and they gave opinions. They, talked about the different things about the well, and there was a lot of different questions. Remember that messages are like very short letters. You guys are going to write a message to Mr. Blueberry. So let's think, how should we start the message to Mr. Blueberry? We're going to talk about what do we want to tell Mr. Blueberry? And do we think he was right or wrong about the well in Emily's pond? We might even say, how should we end our message to Mr. Blueberry? All right. So if you're at home, you're going to either have this up on your class dojo, or if you're in class, you'll have it in person. And this is where our first part of our letter will go, or our message, our second part here, and our third part. Remember that the first part is always about it's always who the letter is for. All right. So just to kind of help you get started, Mr. We'll say dear, or we could just say Mr. Blueberry. Okay. So there, you see his name is at the beginning of the letter. Just to give a quick example about what you could talk about in the letter, or your opinion, let's choose, do we think he was right or wrong about the well in Emily's pond? So I'm just going to make this really simple, guys. And I'm just going to say, Mr. Blueberry, I think you are right about the whale. And we'll end that sentence. Let's move it a little bit over here. And then I'm going to end the letter because I'm the person who wrote it, Miss Mullen. And that's my really short opinion and my message to Mr. Blueberry. So now I want you to stop at this part of the video and you're going to write a message to Mr. Blueberry. And you can talk about whatever opinion that you can think in your mind. As I mentioned, some actual ideas was, what do you want to tell Mr. Blueberry? So maybe you want to tell him about your day, or you want to agree with him or disagree with him about the well, or how you maybe want to tell him about something you've learned about whales. So let's get started, class, and make sure that you spell each word correctly. If you need help, please raise your hand, or you can message me in the chat box if you're on the Zoom. All right, let's get started in our opinion writing message to Mr. Blueberry, class.